One of my sloppy, lazy friend comes and declares, Ankur, I've been diagnosed with grade 1 fatty liver. Now this is mildest form of NAFLD. That is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. If not taken care, this could lead to cirrhosis or fibrosis, which could lead to liver malfunctioning. He was towards the wayside. He was really worried a bit, and he was advised to follow proper diet and work out regularly. But this guy thought it was so easy to convert fat as he was to muscles. Now I need to explain over here that you have to sweat out your fat and then develop muscle. So let's understand a bit of difference between muscles and fats.
Let's understand a bit about lipids or fats. Fats are triglycerides, which is made up of glycerol and fatty acids. Glycerol, this is the structure of glycerol, and this is the structure of fatty acid. CH2H, CHOH, CH2H, glycerol. Fatty acid, CH3, CH2N, COH. If this N is 10 in number, then we call it as lauric acid. If it is 12 in number, myristic acid, 14 palmitic acid, and 16 stearic acid. So these are fatty acids. There are still lots many, just to quote some. These two combine together to form ester. C double bond O, C double bond O, C double bond O. These are ester groups, triesters. Now since it's formed out of glycerol, so we call it as triglycerides, alright, or lipids. So whenever you see any obese person, fat person, this is what is deposited in fat cells. Having understood fat, now let's understand muscles. Now primarily muscles composed of proteins, alright. Varieties of proteins are there. Now proteins, the basic unit of proteins is amino acids. You see quite different is the structure, right? This has got CNH2, RH and COH. So muscles are made up of these basic units, alright, and these are variable, alright. These are could be, to quote some example, if that R is CH3 over here, then we call it as alanine. If R is CH2 and phenyl ring, then we call it as phenylalanine. And if that R group which is there is CH2OH, then we call it as serine, and so on and so forth. There are lots of such amino acids, alright. So lipids cannot be transformed to muscles directly. It requires lots of metabolic processes, right? So this is adipose tissue where fat is stored. Fat reservoir. You can see the cell how it is. Everything is pushed aside and the entire cell is being used for storing fat. Alright. Whereas this is muscles. Now you see how organized it is into cylindrical shape, right? So it is like this. So it has got also nucleus, mitochondria, sarcolemma, and various many parts, but it's all organized. And chemically we know this is triglyceride, and chemically we know basic unit is amino acid, right? What's the difference between the two, right? Structurally as well as chemically, right?
Guys, chemically and physically, fat and muscles. Location may be the same, but they are totally different, right? So be careful, work out regularly, sincerely to have muscles rather than fats, right? See you guys in my incoming scientific videos again.